Some of the most crowded summit days in Everest history, and the loss of another climber on Lhotse. I'm Ben Ayers. It's May 19th, and this is your daily dispatch from Everest.Live. There's been a lot going on. There's just been a lot of movement, a lot of things happening on Mount Everest since we spoke with you in the last 24 hours. The big story is that this kind of 2-day weather window that we're at the tail end of has been, as expected, one of those like peak crowding moments high on the mountain. Last night up in Camp 4, the South Col, that whole area was just completely full. And climbers that were finishing their summit rotation coming down, others that were coming up to summit today, all kind of traffic jammed right into the camp there. And there was limited space in tents. And at that elevation and at that altitude, it's not the kind of place where you want to show up and not have a good warm place to sleep. Thankfully, this 2-day weather window has been really stable, really calm. It's given enough of a buffer for people to withstand those crowds. We heard stories yesterday about some people taking 19 and a half hours to go from Camp 4 to the summit and back, which is many times more than you want to be taking and time than you'd want to be spending at that altitude. The issues with that is you run out of oxygen, you get exhausted, but also, when things are so crowded, your access to emergency resources, your ability to get down further if you need to, all of that stuff gets compromised. But thankfully, so far, the reports have come in that everybody's relatively safe. Other than a few minor rescues out of Camp 2 this morning, everything is calm and peaceful on the mountain, if not kind of crowded. Estimates with people I talked to estimated that we saw somewhere in the neighborhood of 250 summits yesterday. These days are like, that's not unprecedented here. There's 1 or 2 days a season where we see that. That's what we're in the middle of. Today, they're expecting between 250 and 300 summits. That includes climbers, and it includes foreign clients. We're just really hoping and praying that the weather stays and that everybody gets down safe. What's happening with the weather right now is that the jet stream is really, really close to us. You want to be climbing when the jet stream is further north, up towards the Tibetan Plateau, because that gives this sort of area of high pressure and of easy climbing and good stable conditions. But when the jet stream is just hanging out right here, it's super volatile and it could change at any minute. The weather forecast right now, unfortunately, looks like this afternoon we'll see the starting of some really high winds for 24 hours. So what that means is if there's more crowding today, some of the stragglers may get caught in some adverse conditions on their way down. It also means that summit aspirants that are hoping to summit tomorrow may be facing some very, very dangerous conditions. But again, it's weather. Different models say different things. But from what I've seen, that's what I would be making my decisions based on. We've also seen, unfortunately, yesterday, a Romanian climber who was attempting to summit Lhotse without oxygen passed away during his summit attempt. As far as we know, the body is still up there. I haven't been able to get any other information as to whether the family's been notified or anything like that. But it's a reminder, again, that these are very serious conditions, and this is a very, very serious endeavor. So this morning, I had a great sort of WhatsApp video call with Adrian Ballinger on the north side, who's leading the Alpenglow Expeditions team there. And I know we haven't updated you in a while on progress on what's happening on the north or the Chinese/Tibetan side of the mountain. I'm going to see if we can work up that conversation into something that's watchable, but the internet was so bad that it's a maybe. But what I learned from Adrian is that things on the north side seem absolutely chill, like completely mellow compared to what's going on over here. All of the teams there, you've got Furtenbach, Climalaya, the Chinese team, Alpenglow Expeditions. There's a small number of teams on the north side that all get together and they decide who's going to summit what day, and they all take turns, and they make sure that no more than 50 people in one day are going for a summit at the same time. So that process is actually starting today. And I believe the Furtenbach team will be trying to make the summit today. And then over the next few days, the rest of the teams will fall in line. And we'll keep you updated on the North Side summits as they happen. But all seems well over there and quite different than how things are on this side. In other good news to finish up, yesterday, incredibly strong Pakistani kind of legend, Sirbaz Khan, climbed Kanchenjunga without supplemental oxygen, becoming the first Pakistani to climb all 14 peaks without supplemental oxygen. I think that's a pretty cool record. It's really, really hard to do. And Sirbaz Khan is just known as being a total badass. So I was pretty psyched to see that. And also yesterday, in that summit push of however many hundreds of people, there was a group of the Indian NCC, which is the National Cadet Corps. It's like a army youth group or something. But there was a whole group of 38 of these guys that summited. I think the youngest member was 16 and a half. And they've shared a camp right next to us. So we've been watching their training and watching their progress. So also wanted to give them a shout out and say congratulations. So we'll be watching the mountain today. I wouldn't be surprised if this afternoon we get some more news about rescues or other issues that just we haven't heard of yet here at base camp. And we'll probably send you a quick mini supplement this afternoon to fill you in. So that's the Daily Dispatch for today. We'll catch you in a little bit.